light from space. I thought this was neat. Really, night, all these levels of twilight and daytime. You can see different levels of things as the sun slowly moves away. I like that picture. Let's talk a little bit about the weather. You've chosen a day, you've looked on your calendar, you say, okay, I can get some good dark sky here, or I can see the moon at this particular time. You've chosen a day. Let's look at the weather. You want to look at the clouds, you want to look at the high and the low temperatures. The dew point is very important. And the wind and the dew point work together. These are some real busy graphs, but if you get to know this thing, look at all the information that's on here. And I took this snapshot last week, and this goes up through Sunday the 24th. So next Saturday's looking pretty good. Dark deep blue means no clouds. Then you've got these things called transparency and seeing. Did you look at the sky last night, even though the moon was up? Did you notice how clear it was? It was really transparent. So you've got transparency, which is how clear it is. And then you've got a thing called seeing. It may be a beautiful transparent night, but if you focus on a really tight double star, it won't focus, it won't separate. The sky is moving around, it's bubbling the whole time. And every once in a while, the sky will get perfectly calm, and that's when you want to look at fine details on planets, and you want to look at really close double stars. Anything requires a lot of detail. This gives you its best guess as to what it's going to be. Transparency, it's going to be kind of good, but the rest of it is not going to be real steady. So you'll still be able to see a lot of stuff this night. And what this also gives you, all wrapped into one, this gives you an idea about the wind direction and the wind strength. So you're going to have kind of a mild night right here. The wind's 4 miles per hour. But look at this temperature. Here's your temperature that's projected, and here's the dew point. Dew point is where the air becomes 100% saturated. You start to have dew. Dew will form. Now, not only the dew point, but a few degrees above the dew point, your equipment will start dewing up. This is for all kinds of reasons. Basically, it is really cold in space. If you're pointing your scope up, you've got all kinds of heat loss, whether it's through radiation. Doesn't matter about the rest of it. It's going to get colder than what you feel on the air. And you can see it gets really close right in here. So somewhere around 8 or 9 o'clock, your equipment's going to start to dew up. And it's going to stay that way just about through the next morning. This gives you all that. Now, they don't give you all the dew and the wind information down here, but they'll also show you down here the sun, the daylight, and the moonrise. They give you that up here also. Here they're showing the moon set 7:17, the moon rise at 4:28. It gives you the sunrise at 6:19 and the sunset at 4:44. And you can kind of see, here's daylight, here's your moon. It's going to be there just all night long here, but it's starting to set a little bit later each night. You can see, sure enough, you're starting to scoot over. You can get a little bit of dark in that. But this is called astrospheric. It's worth your while to go ahead and find this and to learn how to interpret this, because it'll show you a lot of information. Now, another one in Old Faithful is the clear sky chart. This shows you a lot of the same thing, just a little bit different detail. It's got your cloud cover. It's got several different cloud covers. This is the European model. They compare different models so you can kind of get a best guess as to what's going to happen. Here's your transparency and seeing. Darkness. This is pretty good right here. If you're going to have a hazy night, your transparency is not going to be good, but that haze is going to reflect a lot more of the light that's down on the ground. It's not going to be as dark that night. It also projects the smoke. Y'all remember last year we had all the fires out west? Some of that smoke made it over here to the southeast. It actually affected us. It really affected things out west. Here's wind. Once again, the humidity, that just shows you when the humidity is going to hit 100%. You're going to have some dew right over in here all through the night. It also gives you the temperature. A lot of information in a very small area right there. So find one of these sites you like and learn how to interpret it, and it'll help you. You can find out when the moon's going to be up, when's it going to be nice and bright. If you want to see the moon, you can look at something like this and find out what the dew is going to be happening that night and what to expect. This is the National Weather Service graphical forecast. Shows you a lot of the same thing. Here you've got the sky cover for November 16th. You can see the blue is clear sky and the dark is clouds. You can look at this for different time periods. Over here's the temperature. You can also get, where am I looking? All right, the humidity. They give you the relative humidity. And had I chosen that instead of the temperature, you'd see nothing but green right here. Solid green is 100% humidity, so you can expect a lot of dew. These are just 3 places that you can go to get information on the weather, as well as sunrise and sunset. This is where the chart came from. This is time and date. This is a really good website right here. You don't get anything else out tonight, go find time and date. It'll show you exactly what you need to know, and it also tells you a few of the astronomical things that you can expect to see for the coming days. Now, you pick the night,